Hello. Have you ever gone somewhere and then come home and realized that you are so totally exhausted? Maybe just bone tired after you've been like in a crowd or around a lot of people? Well, this happened to me the other day. My name is Sue Hunt or Suzanne Hunt. I answer to either name, and I am a intuitive, a healer, and a spiritual teacher, and director for Energetic Spiritual Ministries. And what I'd like to share with you today is a little story about what happened to me just a couple of days ago. I had been doing some things. I had a meeting in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I was going to meet some lady friends for lunch, and we were going to go to the museum. There was an exhibit that we wanted to look at. And I was having a lovely day, but I was a little bit hurried in the morning, so I just kind of moved quickly, got out of the house, um, and began to enjoy my day. But about midway through the time that we were spending at the museum, I became so tired. I was bone tired. Every time I saw a bench, I wanted to sit on it. And I was like, this is embarrassing. How come I'm so tired? Do I need a cup of coffee or what's happening with my energy? And later on that afternoon, I came home and I actually had somewhere to be that evening. And I found I could hardly get myself to go take my shower and get ready. I just wanted to sit on the couch. And so I started to wonder, well, what's happening with my energy? And I decided to take a look. And what do you know? I had been walking around in the museum with my aura bubble. You may or may not be aware that we are energy in a body, and we have an aura field that extends about typically an arm's length out from the body. At least that's a comfortable space for it to be, about an arm's length out from the body. But I was walking around the museum with my aura bubble absolutely huge. And there were lots of children. It's summertime. And so families were visiting the museum, lots of little packs of kids running around. It was noisy. But when I looked at it intuitively, what had happened is that my aura bubble had extended to be so big that I was taking on all of that energy into my spiritual, my energetic bubble. And so I realized what had happened is I hadn't set my energy that morning. I was in a hurry and I just dashed out of the house. And I wanted to share a little tool that you can use if you're an empathic type of person like I am. I'd like to share a little tool that you can do to kind of protect your energy. Particularly great to use if you're going to go out into a crowd, maybe grocery shopping, to a mall, or even to a party. If you are an empathic kind of a person and you tend to pick up energy around the room, this is a great tool for you to use. And so I'm going to tell you what it is, and then I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and try it with me. This is just going to take a couple of minutes. And so what it is we can imagine that you can pull your aura bubble in so that it's around and about an arm's length out from the body. Let me turn this way so you can see my hands are just stretched out, and that's generally a nice, comfortable space. And if you, a couple of ways you can pull it in. Imagine that you're pulling it in so that it's all around your body. And then another thing you can do is you can imagine that you're going to paint the outside of it a color. You can imagine a yellow, blue, green, purple, any color, not black or white. And just with your eyes closed, imagine that you can dump a can of paint over the aura bubble so it just drips down, kind of coloring the outside of your aura bubble um, a different color that will help define it and distinguish it from the rest of the world. And what this does is allows um, you to disengage from energies that are out there in the world. So there's this nice boundary protecting your space, and it allows you to project and create your experience, your life experience, your perspective, your attention and awareness allows you to create your life from the energy in your energy centers, your chakras, if you're familiar with that. And you don't have to be familiar with the chakras. All you have to know is that, oh, I'm going to be in a group or a crowd of people, and I'm going to bring my aura bubble in to a nice space around me, and I'm going to set that space um, a color that defines where the edge of my energy ends and where the rest of the world begins. Um, and in that way, I can be concerned and aware of the energy that's in my space, but I don't really have to take care of or pay too much attention to what's happening in the world. I can't control it anyway. So I can engage with the world, but I don't have to try to have it part of my own space. So are you ready? Let's try it. So I'm going to invite you just to settle in, close your eyes, let your body soften, and feel your body against the chair, the couch that you're sitting on. Just be in your body. We could take a nice deep breath. Just breathe in from your nose, down into your solar plexus, which is there in your belly, and then exhale and let your day or whatever you've been focusing on release so that you can be present. And then, if you would, let's just imagine that we can start pulling in the aura bubble. You might imagine where it's at. Is it as big as the room? Is it as big as my house? Is it taking on the whole neighborhood? Just with your imagination, you can let yourself perceive where your aura bubble is. Or you can just imagine, without even doing that, you can just imagine that you're going to pull it in just with your attention and your intention. Pull your aura bubble in so that it's a nice, safe, arm's length distance around you. So you can just notice I've got my aura bubble pulled in about an arm's length around me in the front, the back, and behind me. And I'm going to imagine that it's sealed around the top and it's sealed around the base of my spine, down by my feet, below the base of my spine, down by my feet, so that I'm in my nice little bubble. And then let's just play with some colors. You can imagine that you're going to dump a can of paint, or just imagine a color starting to coat the outside of your bubble. Let that color be red, blue, green, purple, pink, orange, any color that you like. And just in your mind's eye, imagine that that can of paint is going to float down around your bubble. It's going to seal you in so that there's this nice division, this nice dimension between you and the rest of the world. Notice how that feels. It might feel a little more contained. If you're multitasking kind of a person like I am, you might feel a little more focused. Might feel a little calmer with your energy around you rather than that expansive feeling where it's out in the world. And not that we wouldn't want to feel expansive. And that's great when we're in meditation or we're doing some specific purpose and we want to expand our aura bubble. We may intend to do that. But to go about our day or to be in public or in a crowded room or a shopping center or the museum, as I was, it's nice just to have our bubble around us and defined with a color. And when that's complete, you can go ahead and open your eyes, come back to the room. And I thank you for joining this little exercise today. If you like what you're seeing, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting out little short meditations like this little tools that you can use to manage your space better, and also insights, intuitive insights, healing insights. I do have some longer videos that go up to an hour if you'd like to enjoy those with lots and lots of great information. But if you'd like to hit subscribe so that you'll know when I post another video, that would be great. And you can visit my website, www.energetichealingarts.com. Again, that's www.energetichealingarts.com. And you can learn more about who I am and what I'm doing. Um, I work with clients individually, and I teach lots of classes on healing techniques for people who have an interest in more kinds of tools like this. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining.